Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. This is Stormy, and this is Stormy's World. I was just going to give you guys a good morning, and I got to trying to see if I could get some of our pretty clouds from our sunrise, but for some reason, they're blaring out, so I'm not going to be able to show you my clouds. But maybe I can show you some of the flowers in our hummingbird and butterfly garden. There they are, guys. Do you see them? They're tall, they're beautiful, and they haven't woken up yet. But there's something in particular that I want to show you. Do you see my grapefruit tree? In the freeze of 2021, my grapefruit froze completely. All the leaves fell off of it. And so my daughter and my husband and my son thought that it was dead. And before I could catch them, they had cut that big stump off, which was the biggest part of my tree. And then those two little things were still way up there. And I realized at some point this spring that my grapefruit tree wasn't dead. That my grapefruit tree was bare. And so I told my husband, let's start watering my grapefruit tree. And so we did. When we planted the plants over on this side of my garden, we were watering every day, and we were watering and watering my grapefruit tree. Do you guys see what that tiny little sprout is right there? Let me see if I can zoom in. Do you guys see what I have growing? My grapefruit tree has grown back out. Wow, I'm so proud of it. It's sprouted back out. And you see some of my little pretty flowers. There's some pink ones, some orange ones, purple, red, white and purple, yellow. I have got all kinds of pretty flowers growing in there. So next spring, we're going to have even more pretty flowers because I have my honeysuckle and my bougainvilleas and my mandavillas that I'm going to plant over there. And we're going to hope that those are going to sprout out. Hubby is going to fix the rest of my front fence right here. Let's try to go back out now. You guys gotta bear with me. I'm just now learning how to manipulate this iPad. We have that side of the fence. We're gonna put up a gate right there on the inside. And my husband's gonna put up a trellis going up the sides where you see the my stained cedar. See my stained cedar? He's gonna, the two pines that are, the two studs that are treated but not stained, there's gonna be a doorway right there that he's gonna make out of cedar and stained. So we have just a little bit of the fence and the gateway and the trellis to make. And then he's gonna make a trellis from the back board that's gray back there. He's going to do trellis from there to the back fence. So I'm going to be able to have my climbing plants in there too. And as you see, I have a whole lot of flowers that are trying to bud out over there. And my grapefruit tree that I'm very proud of. The story behind that grapefruit tree is that I rented the trailer next door to a lady and a man, and it didn't turn out so good. They had a big argument, And let me see. Here we go. I'm sorry about my finger being over the camera there for a second. But I was trying to sit back down so I could tell you the story. Anyways, that grapefruit tree was left on their front porch whenever I evicted them, along with another plant that I don't know what it was. It ended up being a big tree that was grown in my rose bush bed, which I didn't want it to do because it was just left there. And that tree ended up damaging my home when it was rubbing up and down every time we had a hurricane. So I finally got Marco and the kids to cut it out of the ground last year. No, this year, I'm sorry. They cut it down, but they finally actually got it out of the ground this year. I've had a busy week. I had doctor's appointments 4 out of 5 days this week. And on some days I had 2. I've been a really busy girl. I had cardiology and pain management on Tuesday. Pain management was to follow up on the cervical what is it called? Epidural. Cervical epidural steroid injection, C6 and C7 in my neck. So that was the follow-up at pain management. And then before I even got through with pain management, cardiology called me back and not cardiology, neurology called me back and had me, that's who I saw before pain management, was neurology. And neurology called me back and scheduled me for an EEG. So I went in on Wednesday for the EEG. And then on Thursday was, let me think, because I gotta think, guys, bariatric surgeon. And then yesterday was dietitian. So I've had a very busy week, but not as busy as next week is gonna be. Next week is gonna be Monday morning, rheumatology. Finally, rheumatology. And then on Monday night, I'm going to do a sleep test. And then on Tuesday, I don't have a doctor's appointment, so I get to come home at 6 o'clock in the morning from the sleep test. And then I get to go on Wednesday to see pain management for my refills on my medication for my pain. And then I get to go to, sorry guys, I had a hair on my face. I guess I'm really real, aren't I? I try to be for you guys. I try not to edit everything out in my life. And I try not to edit everything out in my films and my videos for you guys. I want you to know I'm real. I want you to know I'm serious. So on Wednesday, I see the pain management doctor. And then on Thursday, I have MRIs of the brain that the neurology doctor ordered, and more spine. I have an MRI of my lumbar too. I am waiting for the CT scan of my hiatal hernia to be approved by my insurance, or they would have scheduled that too for Thursday. And then on Friday I go see the cardiologist. and I get to have half of a stress test. I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's kind of weird because it's in 2 parts. The stress test is, and they're going to do an ultrasound of my legs to see what's causing the edema. And then next Wednesday, after that, on September the 7th, I go back for part 2 of the stress test and an echo on my heart, for my mitral valve collapse. Sorry. We have early morning racers around here on a Saturday morning. I'm sorry that was so loud. I live a half of a, well, not even a half a block. I probably live about a third of a block away from a major street, major thoroughway in our little town. So that's my appointment through to the 7th. And then on the 14th, I go back and get all my results from the cardiologist. Then, of course, at the end of the month, I have all the other follow-ups again to the bariatric surgeon. And he's done a couple more referrals for me. But after talking to the dietitian yesterday, I'm not gonna go for what he wants to go for. He wants to do a hiatal hernia and then do a bypass. But the dietitian said that I don't need that because I know what is healthy eating. And I want to do healthy eating, but because I have the hiatal hernia, I can't eat right. I can eat very small portions of food. Half the time I go around all day long sick at my stomach and don't want to eat, but I force myself to eat. Then that makes me more sick. So she told me yesterday that I am malnourished, which was, for somebody my size, something I hadn't thought about, but she's probably right, because I don't eat enough to say that I eat a balanced meal 3 times a day like normal humans are supposed to eat. She told me that the cardiologist put in his visit notes that he noticed I had a 3-centimeter mass on my thyroid, on the left side of my thyroid. And that he suggested I go see the endocrinologist. And yesterday the dietitian repeated that I need to go see a doctor about thyroid problems because apparently I do have one. She was a very nice dietitian. Too bad that yesterday was her last day at my clinic. I don't know why. She didn't say why. Maybe she's moving, I don't know. But too bad, because I really liked her. But she told me that I know how to eat and I know what to do to lose weight. And if I could get my hernia fixed, I could probably lose the weight on my own. No big deal. If I could get rid of all the pain and the lupus problems, I could exercise like I used to. Walking, riding bicycle, just overall exercise. Magnet fishing, which I haven't felt like doing in the last couple of months. Gardening, which I haven't felt like doing since the end of May. Which really makes me sad. I haven't been crocheting, cross-stitching, doing my resin or anything since May. But I have been trying to at least do a video once in a while to catch you guys up and be honest. Living with lupus, you never know what to expect from day to day. It's real. And if you know anybody with lupus out there, do your research. lupus, you can't see it. Looking at me, you probably can't tell that I have insomnia, lupus, fibromyalgia, restless leg syndrome, migraine. You really couldn't tell it. But since I'm being honest, you're going to know. I have always been a person that my friends, my clients, people who I really didn't know that well, met the first time, could very easily tell me their life story. And I've always thought, well, maybe Jehovah God was using me in that way to be able to encourage others. And I had a resin channel, the Crafting Nook, Felicia Baker, and I started following her and joining her live chats. And she really encouraged me to do this channel because she told me that I have a story to tell and that people would listen, that people would refer me to their friends who have been diagnosed with something that they couldn't deal with, because lupus and everything that I've been through because of my lupus hasn't been easy. But I'm determined. When I was first diagnosed with by a rheumatologist with fibromyalgia back in Washington State in 1996, 97, I thought, wow, I finally have a reason for feeling the way I've been feeling the last decade. Hurting all over, being fatigued, having the migraines, having the brain fog, just feeling like I was feeling, being depressed at times, not knowing why. And oh yes, I went to go see a doctor. My husband and my mother told me I needed to go see a psychiatrist. When I went to go see the psychiatrist, she told me what I was feeling was normal for what I was going through. For me not to worry about it, that I wasn't crazy. Depressed, yes, but crazy, no. So I continued going to counseling, both here in Texas and in Washington State, because it felt good to talk and to get my story out to somebody. And the things I've been through in my life, they've been hectic. But you see me, I'm here. I haven't let this old system of things kill me yet. I'm very privileged to say that my handicapped son turned 38 in February. He is a very independent young man who lives in a group home. His decision, not mine. I became very depressed in the month after he moved out, and I couldn't. I couldn't tell anybody how I felt. The biggest reason that I had for living walked out of my life. And a little over a month later, I had my first stroke. But I lived to take him to his graduation. My Christopher, my baby. And I'd come home from work and I'd sit down on my sofa. Before I knew it, he'd be taking my shoes off and telling me, Mama, your feet hurt? You're tired? I rub your feet. So yeah, when he moved out, a big part of my heart went with him. And that was the thing that I didn't know if I could cope with. But here it is, 17 years later, and I've coped with it. I don't get to see him very often because he's a busy young man in his group home. And I haven't seen him since COVID broke out because of his health and because of mine, because I can't take the vaccination, and I don't want to carry anything into his group home that might hurt somebody. So I haven't seen him since COVID broke out. Shortly after my stroke, my babies came to me, Destiny and Dustin, and they're my little treasures. And it's hard to believe they're 17 years old this year. I'm fixing to be 18 in the next spring. And wow, I don't know where the time's gone, guys. But it's been busy with me coping with living with lupus and everything that it's caused. It's caused for me to lose my hair. But you see, I got baby hair growing back. You see my baby hair out here. It's caused me to lose a lot of my teeth. It caused me to lose my fingernails. But look, guys, you see my fingernails? In the last 9 months, Nancy and I have babied my fingernails, and they've grown back. And I go about once a month and get the top layer taken off, and she takes it off and she redoes the dipped powder nail. And then she puts a final coat on the outside after she puts my flower on my ring fingers. I appreciate Nancy so much for helping me get my nails back, because that's the one part of me that makes me feel pretty. My clients compliment me on the way my hands look, my fingers, when I'm signing and notarizing their paperwork. It feels good to know that after losing my fingernails 20 years ago, when I started getting sick with my lupus, before I knew I had lupus, that I finally have them back. And next year I'm going to go get my teeth fixed. And my hair is growing back. So I've overcome those 3 obstacles. I have overcome my shyness to actually put myself in front of a camera and talk to all of you guys out there, and to try to encourage somebody somehow. My doctors have got me on, I think, finally the right combination of medications that's helping me sleep, that's not going to make me sleep all day, every day. I actually felt very focused yesterday on my work, and I'm going to go in there and do some more work this morning and get it done so that whenever my clients show up after 1 o'clock, I'll be ready for everybody. Guys, it's not easy, but it's doable. You can live past a life-changing chronic and fatal illness, and live your life to the fullest. Because when I'm not having lupus flares, I went out walking door-to-door ministry work. I did Bible studies in nursing homes. I did Bible studies with different people and, individuals. I ran my business, and I did good. But then whenever I got sick, right about the time COVID hit, everything fell fast. My business, I have half the clients now after COVID that I had before COVID. Some of them have lost their jobs and had to stop using my tax services because they had to learn how to do their own taxes. Some of them have lost their spouses. Some of them have lost their livelihoods, their jobs, their clients. So a lot of my clients just come for just a notary instead of a computerized letter to notarize like they used to do. So my income has dropped drastically in the last 3 years. And my illness has gotten worse in the last 3 years. But I'm not gonna let this old system beat me. I'm gonna come out on the top because I'm fighting for it. I am fighting for the doctors and the insurance to work together to get me my treatment back, my Sapnello. I was on my Sapnello from the last video I did. I told you guys that I had a treatment on May, June, and July. So I've missed an August one, and by the time I can see the rheumatologist on Monday, I will have missed a second dose already. And I don't know how long it's going to take for this doctor to get my insurance to approve it under him so that I can start taking my Sapnello again. My Sapnello was the drug trial study that I was on for 4 years, and the last 3 years was the real drug, and it worked. It gave me my life back. So, it's time for me to fight for my life again. I'm not old. I'm only 58. I just turned 58 in July. So I'm not old, guys, and I don't want to feel old. I don't want to feel handicapped, even though I am. I want to feel like I have control of my life and of my health. The bariatric surgeon was referred to by my PCP. And on my chart, I have read numerous times that I have morbid obesity. Yeah. I have fought the weight gain since 2005 because I couldn't go out and exercise like I used to after I started having strokes. Everything changed for 7 years of my life, and during those 7 years of my life, I gained a lot of weight. During those 7 years of my life, I was on a lot of different treatments for my lupus, which caused me um, severe bouts of vomiting, which caused me to have my hiatal hernia. The dietitian confirmed that yesterday with me. She said that with the chronic vomiting that I had from the lupus and the treatments, that my body's metabolism system shut down between that and the thyroid problem I have. I don't know if you guys can see, but I do have a mass on my thyroid. I've had that mass, a couple of masses on my thyroid, but not that big. Since 2016, because I had biopsies on masses on my thyroid in 2016, but yet the endocrinologist didn't tell me I needed to be put on thyroid medication. The dietitian yesterday told me I need to be on thyroid supplements. The dietitian yesterday told me I'm a pretty smart woman, for me to be my own health advocate, for me to fight for the bariatric surgeon to just do the hiatal hernia repair and let me lose weight on my own, because I can do it. I've done it before, and I can do it again. After I had my oldest daughter, Rita, I had all that baby fat and lupus fat that I had to lose. And I had lost down from 205 pounds down to a size 10 and 145 pounds in 6 months' time. And I kept it off for a long time until I got really sick again. It's okay, guys. I have been through a lot during those years. The loss of my mom from cancer. The loss of my health. The loss of my first granddaughter. My son moving out. The strokes. The loss of my hair, the loss of my teeth, the loss of my nails, the loss of my dad, who was my best friend. My father was one heck of a guy. And I loved him very much. I loved my mom very much. So I've been through a whole lot in the last, let's say 30 years. 1994, it's almost 30 years. 2 more years, the last 28 years. As you guys can see, the sun is starting to come through the trees. So it's officially sunrise, right? So I'm here, and I'm coming back. And I'm going to get healthier, and I'm going to be crocheting, cross-stitching, and resining, and I'm going to be making my videos. I'm going to finish my hummingbird butterfly garden, because I have had butterflies coming out of that garden and drying their wings. So apparently somebody's had cocoons over there, and I didn't know it, and they came out of their cocoons. So I didn't catch it, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe next year I can catch the butterflies coming out of their cocoons. I have had the hummingbirds back this year, back at my stevia and in my hummingbird and butterfly garden. So maybe I'll be able to catch those things for you guys pretty soon. I am very grateful to Jehovah God my husband, my 2 teams, and all of you guys out there supporting me. So guys, this is going to be the first day of my new journey, and I will keep you updated at least once a week. So, to wrap this video up this morning, I'm going to ask you all, if you know somebody who has lupus, fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, depression, bipolarism, schizophrenia, cystic fibrosis, cancer, pulmonary disease, kidney disease, liver disease, please let them know that they can find encouragement and hopefully learn to live past their diagnosis like I have. If the one and only thing and the one and only purpose in my life is to be able to encourage others, I'm trying, guys, and I hope I don't let y'all down. You're going to see me cry, you're going to see my tears, and you're going to see my joy, because I'm not hiding nothing. I'm not hiding nothing from nobody. This is me. This is real. This is what you get. And hopefully, you guys appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys will be encouraged. Or maybe, while I'm canning in there, I can take some videos of me canning our food. And maybe you can learn something. Maybe while I put my fall garden in, maybe you guys can learn something. When I put my new spring garden in, maybe you guys can learn something. Maybe while I'm doing my resin, you're going to learn something. Maybe while I'm crocheting, you're going to learn something. Maybe while I'm cross-stitching, or whatever it is that I'm going to be doing on this channel, you can learn to enjoy life. Because that's what it was given to us for. Jehovah God wanted us to enjoy our lives. And too many of us have worked so hard all of our lives that when we're in our 40s, 50s, early 60s, we've realized that we haven't enjoyed our lives. We've been too busy working. And that's not what Jehovah wanted us to do. He wanted us to lead balanced lives. Work, our spirituality, our faith, whatever it is that we believe in, and enjoying our life, whether it be planting some seeds and having 4-foot flowers out of them, or sitting on a deck in the rain and watching a hummingbird at the plants that you planted 3 or 4 years ago. Or if it's just sitting here like I am this morning, listening to the sounds of life. The chickens, the roosters crowing, my cockatiels singing in their cage, the cars going by, the squirrels fighting, the birds chirping, being able to see the sun shine through the trees, the big white clouds that I couldn't capture on the film for you this morning, but I wanted to because they were beautiful. It's summer, guys, and it's cool out here this morning. So I just wanted to take advantage of being out here in the cool and make this video for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a great day. Tell everybody that you love them, because you're not promised tonight to see them or tomorrow. We're only promised this moment in time, because we don't know what the next minute's going to bring. So, you guys, enjoy your life. Enjoy your day today. It's Friday, August the 27th. I'm thinking about my baby sister. Her birthday is July 27th. It's August the 27th. A beautiful Saturday morning. Go out and do something you enjoy. Go out and magnet fish. Go out and walk in a park. Go out and take a ride along country roads. Go to the beach. Watch the waves roll in. Enjoy your day, guys. I'm going to go work this morning and then enjoy my afternoon. So, until next time, be safe, be happy, and enjoy your life. Bye-bye, everybody.